Ashok, you are the manager of a team of 10 employees who work on various projects related to off-road tire production, sales, and distribution. You are responsible for overseeing their performance, providing feedback, and conducting evaluations.
Shilpa, you are one of the employees who work under the Ashok. You are efficient, hardworking, committed, and knowledgeable about your job. However, you have some areas to improve, such as problem-solving, decision-making, and fact-finding. You are unhappy with your performance evaluation in comparison to your peers, and you want to resign.
Hi, Shilpa. Come in and have a seat. What can I do for you?
Hello, boss. I'm here to talk to you about my performance evaluation. I'm very disappointed and frustrated with the results.
I see. Can you tell me more about why you feel that way?
Well, I think you gave me a very unfair and low rating compared to my peers. You said I need to improve on problem-solving, decision-making, and fact-finding skills. But I don't agree with that at all. I think I'm very good at those skills, and I have proven it many times in my work.
I understand your perspective. But can you give me some examples of how you have demonstrated those skills in your work?
Sure. For example, remember the project we did last month for the new smart off-road tires? I was the one who came up with the idea of using a sensor-based system to monitor and adjust the tire pressure, temperature, tread wear, and traction based on the terrain conditions and driver preferences. That was a very innovative and effective solution that solved a lot of problems for our customers.
Yes, I remember that project. And I agree that your idea was very innovative and effective. But do you also remember the challenges we faced during the implementation of that project?
Well, yes. There were some technical issues and delays that we had to deal with.
Right. And how did you handle those issues and delays?
Well, I tried to fix them as best as I could.
And how did you try to fix them?
Well, I just used my common sense and intuition.
Okay. And did that work?
Well, not really. Some of the issues were too complex or beyond my expertise.
So what did you do then?
Well, I asked for help from other team members or external partners.
And how did that go?
Well, sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't.
Why do you think it didn't work sometimes?
Well, maybe because they were busy or didn't understand the problem or didn't have the right solution.
Okay. So do you see any room for improvement in your problem-solving process?
Well, maybe a little bit.
What do you think you could do differently or better next time?
Well, maybe I could do more research or analysis before jumping into action. Maybe I could use some tools or methods to structure or simplify the problem. Maybe I could communicate more clearly or effectively with others who can help me.
Yes, those are some good suggestions. And those are exactly the skills that I was referring to in your performance evaluation. Problem solving is not just about having good ideas or solutions, it's also about finding relevant information, applying logical reasoning, testing assumptions, evaluating alternatives, and collaborating with others.
Okay, I see what you mean. But what about decision-making? You also said I need to improve on that skill.
Yes, decision-making is another important skill that is related to problem-solving. It's about choosing the best course of action among different options based on criteria such as feasibility, cost-effectiveness, risk-reward ratio, etc.
And how did I fail on that skill?
Well, let me give you another example from the same project. Remember when we had to decide whether to use air freight or road transport for delivering the pilot batch of smart off-road tires to our customers?
Yes, I remember that.
And what was your decision?
Well, I decided to use air freight because it was faster and more reliable.
And why did you think that?
The customer was complaining. I did not know how to respond to his complaints immediately. So promised to air freight it.
And did you consider any other factors or sources of information?
Well, not really. I just thought that speed and reliability were the most important factors.
Okay. And what was the outcome of your decision?
Well, it turned out to be a bad decision. The air freight was very expensive, and it caused us to exceed our budget. It also had some environmental and regulatory issues that we didn't anticipate. And it didn't even make much difference in terms of customer satisfaction or loyalty.
So do you see any room for improvement in your decision-making process?
Well, yes, I guess so.
What do you think you could do differently or better next time?
Well, maybe I could do more research or analysis before deciding. Maybe I could use some tools or methods to compare and contrast different options based on multiple criteria. Maybe I could consult with other stakeholders who have more experience or expertise.
Yes, those are some good suggestions. And those are exactly the skills that I was referring to in your performance evaluation. Decision-making is not just about choosing an option based on one or two factors, it's also about gathering relevant information, applying critical thinking, weighing pros and cons, and involving others.
Okay, I see what you mean. But what about fact-finding? You also said I need to improve on that skill.
Yes, fact-finding is another important skill that is related to problem-solving and decision-making. It's about finding and verifying the facts or data that support your ideas or solutions.
Andy, how did I fail on that skill?
Well, let me give you another example from the same project. Remember when we had to present our smart off-road tires to the potential customers and investors?
Yes, I remember that.
And what was your role in that presentation?
Well, I was responsible for providing the technical details and specifications of our products.
And how did you prepare for that presentation?
Well, I just used the information that I had from our internal documents and reports.
And did you check or validate that information?
Well, not really. I just assumed that it was accurate and up to date.
Okay. And what was the outcome of your presentation?
Well, it turned out to be a disaster. The customers and investors asked me a lot of questions that I couldn't answer or explain. They pointed out some errors and inconsistencies in our data and specifications. They also challenged some of our claims and assumptions about our product's performance and benefits.
So do you see any room for improvement in your fact-finding process?
Well, yes, definitely.
What do you think you could do differently or better next time?
Well, maybe I could do more research or analysis before presenting our products. Maybe I could use some tools or methods to collect and organize the facts or data that support our products. Maybe I could verify or update the information from different sources or perspectives.
Yes, those are some good suggestions. And those are exactly the skills that I was referring to in your performance evaluation. Fact-finding is not just about using the information that you have, it's also about finding and verifying the information that you need.
Okay, I see what you mean. But, even if I agree with you on these skills, I still don't think it's fair that you gave me such a low rating compared to my peers. They don't have these skills either, but they got higher ratings than me.
Shilpa, I appreciate your honesty and openness in this conversation. But let me ask you this, how do you know that your peers don't have these skills? Have you seen their work or their evaluations? Have you talked to them or their managers about their skills?
Well, no, not really. I just assumed that they don't have these skills because they don't seem to be very smart or creative.
Shilpa, that's not a very fair or accurate assumption. You can't judge your peers' skills based on their appearance or personality. You have to look at their work and their results. And from what I've seen and heard, they have demonstrated these skills in their projects and presentations. They have done more research and analysis, used more tools and methods, verified more information, involved more people, etc. That's why they got higher ratings than you.
Really? I didn't know that. I guess I was wrong about them.
Shilpa, I'm glad that you're willing to admit your mistake. That shows me that you have another important skill, self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own strengths and weaknesses, emotions and motivations, thoughts and beliefs. It's the foundation of all the other skills that we've been talking about.
Self-awareness? I've never heard of that skill before.
Well, it's a very important skill that can help you improve your performance and your relationships. It can help you identify your areas of improvement, set your goals, monitor your progress, and seek feedback. It can also help you understand your stakeholders, their needs, expectations, and perspectives, and communicate with them effectively.
Wow, that sounds like a very useful skill. How can I develop it?
Well, there are many ways to develop self-awareness. One way is to reflect on your experiences and actions, and ask yourself questions such as, what did I do well? What did I not do well? What did I learn? What do I still need to learn? What did I feel? Why did I feel that way? What did I think? How did my thoughts affect my actions? What did I believe? How did my beliefs influence my decisions? Another way is to seek feedback from others, such as your manager, your peers, your customers, or your partners, and ask them questions such as, how do you perceive me? How do I perceive myself? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my achievements? What are my challenges? How can I improve? How can you help me?
Okay, I see. So, you're saying that if I develop self-awareness, I can also develop the other skills that you mentioned in my performance evaluation?
Yes, exactly. Self-awareness is the key to developing assertiveness, confidence, and courage in your work. It can help you communicate your thoughts and beliefs honestly and reasonably with your stakeholders. It can help you request the resources and support that you need to execute your project. It can help you make decisions based on data and analysis rather than emotions or opinions. It can help you take risks based on calculated probabilities rather than fears or doubts. It can help you confront issues or problems directly rather than avoiding or ignoring them.
Okay. I think I understand now. Thank you for explaining everything to me.
You're welcome, Shilpa. And thank you for listening and being open-minded.